It's another week, first full week of May, and we have some meal planning to do with a couple of twists and turns. Hi, I'm Kelly, and this is the Ozarks Journal Homestead. And I want to backtrack just a little bit and talk about last week. As I stressed last week, things do not have to go as planned. They probably are not going to go as planned, but what we can do is plan to adjust with whatever life throws at us. And that's kind of what I've had to do this week. I'm looking for my blue pen there. That's kind of what I've done this week. Today is Sunday as I'm recording this. We did not have the quiche this morning. I had a ham steak we needed to use up. So I did ham and eggs and hash browns for breakfast this morning. Bob had a shoot competition today. So I wanted us to have a big breakfast because he was going to be gone most of the day. And instead of doing the fried chicken, which was supposed to be Sunday dinner since he's gone. Now, why am I changing everything after I wrote it in? Because I will use this as a record to look back and see when we've had something. If it's something we haven't had for a while, I can move it forward. So this day was on our own. And I had a ham and potato chip sandwich. Typically I do those with bologna, but I really love a potato chip sandwich. And then for dinner, we're going to have a chicken pot pie casserole. Now I think I've talked about this before. My chicken pot pie casserole has 3 ingredients, none of which are a crust, because this helps keep it low carb. I use a can of chicken meat. I use a can of veg-all, a 303 can of veg-all, and a can of cream of chicken soup. That's it. Stir it all together, throw it in the oven, or put it in the crock pot and let it simmer, and you have a really quick dinner. Now, I did take time this afternoon, and I baked a batch of biscuits, so we'll have biscuits with that. I also made our keto breakfast cookies that we'll need for the week, so that's done. We did not do the French dip croissants. I'll have to move those to another day, and it's not going to be this week. We had KFC. We went to a gun auction yesterday and ate lunch at Chinese. So your menu also becomes kind of a memory keeping of what you did, if there was something that went on. So we had chins for lunch, and then we had mac and cheese and 0 sugar baked beans. And if you've not tried those from Bush, and you're trying to keep an eye on your sugar, those are really good. You cannot tell that they are 0 sugar. So in KFC, I don't know about in your area, but here they do 8-piece dark for $10 a bucket on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So while we were near a KFC yesterday, we figured let's just grab that and that'll be dinner. Now we had some KFC left over, and we had mac and cheese and baked beans left over. So what I did was I threw those all into a container, and they will go with me to the hotel next month when I have a conference out of town. And then I'll have a quick snack when I get back to the hotel at night. Everything else was pretty much the same, I think. We did not do the pork chops and scallop potatoes again. Tuesday's my long day. No, this was Wednesday. What did we do? We wound up going to town Wednesday, but I don't remember why. So that was pretty much our week. Now, this week is going to be really crazy for me. Normally Tuesdays is my long day, and I'm going to erase this leftover beef because we're not going to be doing that tomorrow. I wanted to do the taco salad for Cinco de Mayo today. In fact, I'm going to leave that there. See if I can I've got to go pay bills. See if I can have Bob do some of the prep work while I'm gone, and we can do that. Breakfast, because I do have to leave in the morning, I'm just going to do cereal. We very seldom do cereal, but in full disclosure here, I cannot wear my dentures all day long. I have a very shallow gum system, and wearing my dentures all day long without multiple gluings is really an issue with me. So if I've got to be running out and paying bills, I'll have to have my dentures in so I can do cereal in the morning, which means I'm probably not going to want to do taco salad when I get home unless I get home early enough to do it for lunch. Now, Tuesday is normally my long days. Oh, and I have a meeting I have a meeting Tuesday night. So I'm going to move the taco salad to lunch here because I have a meeting online tomorrow. If you are an art journaler or a junk journaler, like to play with papers, I will leave a link in the description box below. There is an art and junk journal retreat online. It's absolutely free. And we have a meeting tomorrow night. Our opening is tomorrow night. And then I'm in classes all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and all day Thursday. And then I think we do a wrap-up either Thursday night or Friday. I've got to check the schedule yet. So that's going to change things. So for breakfast, we are going to do the oatmeal for Tuesday morning. And then we'll do Wednesday. I'll need something quick, so we'll do the breakfast sandwiches. And next week, for Sunday, we'll do sausage, gravy, and biscuits. Actually, we might want to move that up because I'm going to have, we can do sausage, gravy, and biscuits. Whatever we have left after tonight, I will just throw those in the freezer, and we will have those here for Sunday next week. Now, the rest of this week has got to be quick. I did not get the opportunity to sit down with Bob and fill this out. I hope to do that next week. Not this week, but next week. We did the Chinese the other night. I tried a peanut butter sauce recipe that I got here online from a gal here on YouTube. My sauce broke. I don't know what went wrong. But we'll try it again. But otherwise, it was really tasty. Bob went in and did a lot of the sous chef work while I was still running sprints Tuesday night. And then, what else did we have? Because, we did that Friday. Because Thursday, I went to town for May Day and celebrated Beltane with my barista beta reader while she was at work. Took her flowers. We had something else with that. With the peanut butter chicken, I got Bob butterfly shrimp. Oh, and I did a stir fry with the sliced chicken from Thrive with some imitation crab meat. Ooh, I've got some of that left in the fridge I've got to use. And then some lo mein noodles. And after it was all stirred and Bob had his, I separately sauteed some of my dehydrated cabbage and put into mine because Bob's not doing cabbage. So, Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday are definitely going to be a lot of crock pot or leftovers. I have this recipe for crock pot cheesy chicken and spaghetti, and it is really super good. So I think I'm supposed to use a pound of Velveeta, which means I'd have to pick up a box of that tomorrow. Otherwise, I have everything else. So I think we're going to do cheesy spaghetti for dinner on Tuesday. Cheesy chicken spaghetti. It's really super easy. Cooks up in the crock pot. You leave it alone, and it works. And then Bob will have, or I both will have lunch for on Wednesday. So that's one. I'd like to come back. I think Saturday I'm going to try and do that. Friday. I still want to do the beef roll-ups with the croissants. Beef tips and rice, no. Slow cooker, brown sugar, garlic chicken, no. Crock pot smothered pork chops and potatoes, possibly. No. save. Oh, I want to do those for breakfast. They're a low-carb pancake, and they're made with well, I could use these. These aren't the ones I was thinking of. Yeah, this uses oat flour. So I may do, they come out really super thin, so I could do those like a crepe with strawberries. So maybe we will do that. Let's do that Friday morning, hopefully. Crepes with fruit. And if I've got a package of bacon up there, I'll throw those in. So that will go for this week. I saw Lisa from Sutton Days put together a seafood salad the other day, and that's why I saved part of the imitation crab meat. That I think I'm going to do the seafood salad for Wednesday. I can eat seafood anytime. And after this week, I may just take Saturday and go for crab legs. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to do. The lasagna rolls. Now, I tried doing the lasagna rolls in the crock pot, and they just kind of came apart. But Bob would really like those, so I think I will do the lasagna rolls for dinner on Wednesday, because I can cook them up, put them in the crock pot. This is going to be a big crock pot or quick meals, kettle vittles kind of thing week. And if you don't know what kettle vittles are, they are when you can put anything and everything that you need in one pot. Spaghetti, a tuna noodle casserole also considers it's one meal in a pot. Will take care of everything. So then I still have dinner for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday, let's put those pork chops and scallop potatoes in. I'm still wanting to do a pot roast for Bob, but we're going to have to wait on that one. So let's do the pork chops and scallop potatoes or au gratin potatoes. I have a cheese sauce that I got from Jen at Jen Scratch Made Kitchen. Her cheese sauce mix is fabulous. You can use it for anything. And she shows you using it with the potatoes, doing the potato casserole, which is a really good thing. So that'll be a quick dinner for Sunday. I was trying to think. We've got another breakfast in here. I'm going to do oatmeal on... No, I'm not. You know what? I think I'm going to do cocoa wheats. I've not done cocoa wheats for a while. We do a cross. Whether it's cocoa wheats or chocolate malto meal, it all pretty much cooks up the same. And a lot of times when I buy the extra boxes, I put them all in the jar in the pantry together. So I think we'll do cocoa wheats for Thursday. Saturday will be breakfast sandwiches. I didn't put sandwich here. Because sometimes on Fridays or Saturdays, I go into Poplar Bluff. Bob holds down the fort so I can be gone as long as I want. And we don't have to worry about whether or not the animals get fed. Tabby, my tabby cat, has feline leukemia. She lost several of her teeth and she has trouble eating the dry food. So she only gets wet food, which means she's having to get fed every 2 to 3 hours. I swear I have a toddler in my house again. So somebody has to be home for the majority of the day to feed her. So sometimes Saturday I take off and Bob holds down the fort. So, and then I think lunch is just going to be a grab it and growl as you go kind of thing. I've got the cheesy chicken and spaghetti for Tuesday. I've got lasagna rolls for Wednesday. Trying to think of something simple for Thursday because I'm still going to be in class. I know I'm going to make a chili dog casserole. And no, it could be a real thing, but I don't know. But we're going to make it a real thing. I have a container of chili in the refrigerator. I have hot dogs in the refrigerator, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the hot dogs up and mix them with the chili. Throw them in a casserole dish and put them into heat. In about the last 10 minutes, I will pull them out and cover them with cheese. And we have a chili dog casserole. That will be super simple. And this is a good week to test that because there's enough other things if it's not. And I think since we're going to go pay bills tomorrow, I'm going to pick up an encore dinner of something tomorrow. We really like those. They're under $4. they're not, you know, so like the Salisbury steak and gravy has 6 patties and plenty of gravy. Their lasagna is pretty decent, though I don't want to do it if I'm going to do lasagna rolls this week. They have a turkey and dressing I'm not crazy about. They have riblets like the riblets that you get on a McRib. They have those, and we do those sometimes. So that could be that. Now, as far as lunches go, dinner will be on our own if I go to town on Saturday. If not, I'll have to figure something out on the fly. But we have lunch meat, so Tuesday I could do my protein platter. And when I do that, Bob usually takes some of the lunch meat and the cheese, and he does a roll-up or a wrap kind of thing. So we've got that. I'll have the seafood salad for lunch on Wednesday. Bob will probably eat leftover lasagna rolls if there's any left. And I'll eat leftover seafood salad. I also got... I've still got a head of lettuce in there, so we're going to use that in the tomatoes. I have cherry tomatoes for to put with my protein platter. I will learn to talk next week, I promise. And this is going to be on our own if I go to town because Bob will raid the fridge. He's good about that. And Bob is he's a great cook. So if there's not something readily available to grab leftover-wise, he's very capable of raiding the refrigerator and figuring it out. So, so I just got Thursday and Friday to figure out. And then, like I said, they're pretty much probably going to be a grab and go. I'll probably do another protein platter here. And I'll probably have the leftover seafood salad here. And that's going to take care of our week. So, I said, look at your calendar. That's a place to start. Look at your calendar. What have you got going on? Of course, I've not marked anything on here yet because it wasn't that time yet. So let's grab my pen pouch. Where did it go? Here we go. And we'll get this marked off really quick. I will use my pink marker for this because pink on my planner stuff is all creative. So I know I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is the retreat. Okay. So I'll put art and junk journal. Retreat here. So that'll take care of that. I don't do Saturday sales anymore. It's too tempting to want to buy. So I just don't do that. And I don't have a green in here, so I'll have to use orange. Now, as far as I know right now, that's all I have is just these 3 days. I'll have to check my main planner, and I'll have this finished filled in for next week. But priority number 1 is the Art and Junk Journal retreat. Now, the other thing that I started and why I'm so out of breath today is spring has sprung, as far as I'm concerned. I see turtles and everything, so spring is here. And today was a really nice day. So what I did was I went back to my cleaning schedule. And the first full week of the month is my laundry room and my kitchen. Well, I didn't get very far in the kitchen today, but I stripped everything that could be stripped out of the laundry room. Wiped everything down. I did a steam on the mop, steam mop on the floor. And that's the first time that's been done in months. And it was desperately needed. So that's done. Oh, the Thrive specials this month. I had them pulled up. The taco soup that I tried last week I thought instead of corn, I wanted to use black beans. Black beans were on the May special, so I ordered those. So I will have the beef and the chicken. I will have the diced tomatoes. I will have the black beans to throw together taco soup meals in a jar. So I'll have those coming. So I know those were on special. I don't remember what else. I was so excited to see the black beans. But I will list the May special with my link in the description box below. And if you're interested in the Thrive specials, you can always go check them out. And if you have questions about Thrive, always feel free to ask. I'm new to the company. I'll be celebrating my first year as a Thrive rep next month. So, like I said, I got it mostly for the discount and to get to shop a day early and all that stuff. So, but I'm happy to share what I'm doing and share my recipes as I come across them, either my own or those by other people. So I've got that coming. My other priority this week is to get the baker's rack empty so I can get all my Thrive stuff out of boxes and on a shelf so I can see what I have, and the kitchen cabinet where the jar meals are going to go. If I can get those 3 things this week done, though I'm not seeing it happening, I will be happy. Not when I am full days, so that's okay. I did get a friend's manuscript edited and turned into her last week. So that is done and out of the way, and I'm happy for that. And yeah, let's see how much we can mess up this week and juggle things around, because you know, a menu's not a menu, not set in stone. Write down what sounds good, and if you have to mix them up, go for it. Thanks for joining me in the homestead today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Be safe, be prepared, and be blessed.